there's such a balance. It does really come down to knowing yourself and understanding what you need, what you want in a relationship, but what you need in a relationship. Like, what are your standards? What are your deal breakers? And I didn't know those things before getting into those relationships. I had no idea. I was just looking for someone who liked me and who felt like taking me on wasn't a burden. That's really how I felt. But it is so important because there's so many levels. I mean, you really have to think about that. This isn't like you just fall in love and then this is the person you should be with for the rest of your life. Love is just like a very small percentage of how to make that work. There's so many other layers to it because you're becoming a team. You have to be with somebody who shares common goals. You can have different interests, but you have to have enough in common and see the world in a similar perspective in order for you to reach these goals together. And you can get very specific. I mean, you want to be asking questions like, what is your parenting style? What is your love language? What is your debt to income ratio? What's your credit score? Who do you vote for in your political parties? How do you spend your money? How do you save your money? How do you invest your money? All of these little things that we don't talk about or that we're afraid or embarrassed to talk about. We don't want to offend people. That shit becomes the big things that wind up destroying relationships because you're not agreeing on things, the day-to-day stuff or the big things that end up coming in and happening. If you guys can't be on the same page, you're up against a wall. What are you going to do? Then you're married to this person who's supposed to be your teammate, but there's conflict because you aren't seeing things the same way. But there are also ways to, and I'm not saying in a relationship, there should never be disagreements, but there's also different ways to navigate those disagreements. I mean, one thing I've learned now, and I'm now in the healthiest relationship I've ever been because I'm the healthiest I've ever been, but we disagree well. We don't, there's no door slamming. There's no name calling. There's no throwing shit. There's no silent treatment. We can just talk about it. We can have a disagreement and then communicate about it and then move forward. And we respect each other's feelings and thoughts. And it's just so much easier than I've ever experienced in previous relationships where you're feeling like you're trying to fit that, square peg into a round hole.